Good morning, lovies. And it is Saturday, and that means it is time for this week's edition of Adjust and Adapt. And I'm super excited. If you guys have not watched previous episodes, Adjust and Adapt is basically where I highlight or spotlight a small business owner and how they have managed to adjust and adapt to the things that we have all faced in the face of COVID-19. And that can be through their marketing, their product displays, or how they're delivering the people. All of it, I take a look, I watch, and then I ask them, how are you doing this? And I'm super excited today because I get to have Brandy from Circa 1800 with us. But before I bring Brandy over, I do want to just give you guys a little bit of what's happening. So Adjust and Adapt, like I said, we focus and spotlight a small business. If you are a small business who has managed to adjust and adapt in the face of COVID and you would like to be spotlighted on this series, please do not hesitate to reach out. You can send me a direct message. You can send me a email at tiffanyhaywood.com. However you need to contact me, let me know. I would love to talk to you and see if you are a good fit for the show. So now we're going to go ahead and bring Brandy in. She's a little bit nervous, guys, so be kind. I told her it's just us chatting, so there are no pressures applied. So Brandy, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So Brandy, the whole reason that I wanted to bring you on was because as soon as all this COVID stuff started, it seemed like Circa was just ready. Like it almost felt like you had a plan in place. I'm almost positive that wasn't the case, but I just want to learn a little bit more and share a little bit more about Circa with everybody who's watching. So let's start with, how did Circa 1800 come to be?
Well, it was originally owned by Kirk and Jenny Deviere, and I was Kirk's server at Sammio's. And Denise Strother actually said, I think that you need to buy a restaurant. And I said, okay, I don't need to buy a restaurant. But I had always worked in the restaurant business. So when Kirk decided to go into politics, he put Circa up for sale. And we had several meetings, and he just made it all happen. So I called Denise my dream maker, and Kirk just set it up for me to be successful. So Circa was already a successful business, and then he just turned it over to me.
That's amazing. And that's something I did not know. So I'm glad I asked that. I had no idea. I was totally waiting for the I've always wanted to own a restaurant, and this is how it came about.
I did always want to own a restaurant, but I had another restaurant in mind. It's Tar Packers in St. Paul's, and I worked there 15 years. So that was what I thought was my life plan, but actually Circa became to be my life plan.
Well, I think that's awesome. And kudos to Kirk for seeing the potential in you and allowing that to be something for you to do, because I think Circa was my very first downtown restaurant experience. And I don't know if you know, I have a few favorites on the menu, even though the menu kind of rotates out. Yeah. My favorite is the meatball sandwich with the hunk of white that's on there, which I don't even know what it is, but it's amazing.
It's cheese.
It's cheese, right? It's cheese. And then my second favorite are the collard greens egg rolls.
Rolls. Yeah.
Oh, Lord, if you guys have not, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw them on a menu, I was like, collard greens and egg rolls? What were they thinking? And I honestly tried it just to prove a point, this is gonna be gross.
It's gross. And then,
it was not gross. It is not gross. It is amazing. And that is the first thing I recommend to any of my friends who come to Fayetteville. I'm like, go to Circa and get the collard green egg roll. I don't care if you get it to go or anything. So I'm super excited. But now that we're talking about food, because obviously I must be hungry, even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning. How do you guys come up with your menu ideas? Because I have to admit, one of the things that I love most about Circa is how unique your menu is. It's not like a regular, if you have a cheeseburger, there's some awesome twist to it. If you have fried chicken, there's some crazy twist to it. So how do you guys come up with that?
Well, our general menus, we do seasonal, and I used to do them on my own. And now my brother-in-law, Bill, is the chef at the restaurant. So I kind of let him plan the menus. He's from New Jersey, so I tell him, this is a Southern restaurant. So I give him a lot of sweet tea and say, no, don't mess up my grits. But we just look around, look at trends, kind of, we have to elevate it. So you said, okay, we have a cheeseburger. Yes, we have a cheeseburger, but we can't just have a cheeseburger at Circa. So we have to make it Circa. That's what I tell them okay, now how are we going to Circa this? We're having mac and cheese. How are we going to Circify it? Even the collards, when I first brought collards to Circa, I thought, oh, I don't know. If people are going to, people feel a certain way about their collards. So I called them sauteed wintergreens. I didn't even call them collards because I didn't want people to say,
tried to sneak it in there.
Well, when the winter was over, we had to be honest about that they were collards. And so now we sell so many in egg roll form or as on a side, but we just talk about what really sells well on the menu. So there are things that are on the menu that have been on the menu since I bought Circa, which are the shrimp and grits, the chicken piccata, the filet tips. They've never changed. The crab dip. And then we have our staples, and then we say we're going to change their outfits, like the pork chops. We always have a pork chop, but we dress it for whatever season it is. So it's just a collaboration. Bill does a lot of work researching flavors. He's much more elevated or fancy than I am. So he's the one that's doing our date night packages. So right now when we're doing family meals, that's kind of what I like to do. I love to feed people. I love comfort food. So I do the Wednesday night and the Sunday brunch menus. And then we get really fancy on the weekends for date night. And that's all Bill.
That's awesome. And that you're like a perfect segue into like how you guys have adjusted and adapted with your meal themes. Like I was watching, and yes, you have your family ones, and then I see you have the date night, because I even saw Kirk and his wife picked up the date night meal. But then you even came out recently with like the solo date night, like date yourself, which I thought was genius. So like how is that coming about? Because that is like the perfect adjustment. Not only have you guys added a curbside pickup option, but I've been stalking your Instagram just a teeny bit. And on your Instagram, I can see when you're putting together these meal packs, like I think one of them for the family night, you had chalk included in it. So like, what is making, how are you, like, how are you, obviously you're thinking about the entire family and it's not just about the food. So how is that brainstorming session looking from your side of things?
Well, the first week we tried to just keep doing Circa, like the whole menu and everything. And we had so much food waste. We said, okay, y'all, we can't do this. And then we were just grasping at straws, we're going to do this and that. And then I said, hey, we need to stop and we need to remember what Circa is. And then we need to spin it like that. So we aren't really a family restaurant per se, but we are a date night restaurant, which is where our date night idea was born. So we, Bill loves to put menus together. So we partner with Superior Bakery and Sweet Palette and Cornerstone or Hummingbird Candle, and started putting things that we could find in the community to put in our package, so that when people come and they just get our bag from Circa, there's several other things in the package. So that was, okay, we can do that. That's what we always do. Now, what are we doing the rest of the week? And brunch is our most popular service. If you've ever been to a restaurant on Sunday, it's really hard to get in. So I said, okay, y'all, we got to do brunch. So we just order bread from Superior Bakery, and we look at the ingredients that we have or things that we can source quickly, because that's another thing, is getting trucks, getting orders. That's really cut down. Our produce delivery. We've had so many changes, so we're just out again, which leads us out into the community to seek what we can get and put a menu together. As far as family meal nights, my sister has little kids. My daughter is 17, so I say, hey, I know you're in the house. I know you're going crazy. What do the kids like to do? And so my nephews like to bubbles and chalk. And so I look at the weather for the week. So that particular week, the weather was going to be 80 some degrees, and we can't go to the park or go outside, of our homes. So I said, okay, let's do a patio picnic. So a lot of it has to do with the weather, what we make.
That's awesome. And the thing was too, I think you helped me out, because I was on the hunt for chalk.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, go get it here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Because
Yep.
honestly, you were right in line with what was trending basically for all of us who are staying home. That whole chalk idea, people are doing Pinterest all over the place with the
Yep.
stained glass chalk work or whatever. So you were like right on time. And honestly, I was getting ready to order the package just for the chalk alone. Like, I
We
need
would have
chalk.
just given you some.
I was like,
But
I'll order it. I need chalk.
that I've seen that, like all the the rainbows and all the chalk art that children
Mm-hmm.
are doing. So I think my husband made a hashtag that says like the chalk life or the Circa chalk life or something like that, because we have shirts at work that say hashtag the grit life. And so we were playing off that with the chalk so people could share their pictures. I'm not artistic at all, so I didn't draw anything.
Neither am I. I don't even know where my kids get it from. It obviously skipped a generation. But that just shows that you're in line with what's happening and you're paying attention. And I think that's really key to when you have to, for any business or any small business owner, you have to pay attention to what's happening around you. And even
For
when it
sure.
comes to your collaboration ideas, you're a perfect segue into what I was going to ask next, which was about your collaborations, because I had Tiana on a couple of weeks ago and I was like, hey, I spotted hummingbird candles in one of the packages with Circa. And she was like, yes, Brandy's amazing. She reached out. And I also noticed, I think you collabed with Downtown Market
Yep.
for some of
We
your
started getting her
flowers.
bouquets. Yep.
Yes. So like,
Mhm.
I know that for Downtown, pretty much the whole downtown community is all about supporting each other, which is just one of the many thousands of reasons that I love our downtown business owners. But how are you considering, okay, which business can I collab with next? Or how can I work this business in to give them a little bit of support? Because unlike Circa, who has the curbside and your food and everybody's hungry all the time, so you pretty much have that consistent demand for that. Some of our downtown businesses may not be able to find that space for themselves. And so you're creating it, which I want to give you like air hugs for, because it's kind of awesome.
Thank you.
But how are you doing that? Like, I know you're trying to rotate out. So what's that happening? How's that going?
Um, it just does, like, I don't know, we're on, like you said, Instagram or whatever, like Meryl's posting right now. And we used her and Josh from Jayco when we did the beer dinner. And I was like, when we all get out of quarantine, our hair's going to be terrible, our beards are going to be terrible, our brows are going to be terrible. So it's just, it just comes into my mind. I really don't know. The things for date night, like what do you need when you go on a date? You need flowers, you need candles. So I'm sitting here now with my favorite, my signature hummingbird candle right beside me to, it's my favorite. So that was the easy one. Yeah, that was the easy one. So and then Miss Patsy, she always makes my family's birthday cakes and stuff like that. So I like to leave the things that people do well to them. So Miss Patsy's been providing us with a lot of desserts for our family meals and date nights. And then Joanna at the downtown market, her bouquets are so beautiful. And so I just reached out to her and said, hey, can you make me 30 bouquets this weekend or 40 bouquets? And she says, sure, sure, sure. So when the stores were open, I would go and see what I could buy. And when we did the beer dinner, we did prizes because I knew all the stores downtown were about to have to close. And so we bought things from different stores and gave them away as gifts. White Trash. So people's social media helps me a lot. White Trash posted coloring cards last week. So we bought them to go into our packages. So it just depends like what people, when I'm at home, and I feel like I'm at home a lot more now, I'm just looking and seeing what they have and saying, hey, how can we use that? Because we're all in this together. Like, I don't want to, if I'm the only one that's successful and I'm still here and no one else is here, then I'm lonely. And that's not what I want. If I can bring everybody together, bring several different things together at one time, it helps everybody.
Yeah, and like you mentioned social media, and it's so key right now for those businesses who are trying to survive, who are trying to adjust and adapt. Social media is pretty much your only link to your clients at this point.
Yes.
So posting those different things is really important. Like after we finish recording today, I'm heading downtown to do like a drive-by of pickups from everybody downtown. I've ordered like Yeah, I ordered another mask. I'm picking up some wine because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nowadays that's kind of
Angela's got her
necessary.
wine balance going. Yep.
Her wine balance, which I think is
Yep.
genius. And it's awesome because
Adorable.
I'm going to have her on next week. So she's going to talk to us
Mm-hmm.
about that stuff. I'm picking up coffee from the coffee cup. I'm picking up a nice little Zen crystal from Pressed. I'm picking up more masks for my kids from a bit of Carolina. And so
Yep.
it's just like they're all adapting and adjusting, and I adore it. But then
It's
to
great.
see one of our small businesses who is trying to incorporate them within her own success, Brandy, that's just amazing on your part as well. And then I know you mentioned Downtown Market and all the different ones, but you also have Superior Bakery, which I know is basically one of your main resources even before all of this. But I've been seeing that bread pop up in your feed as well.
Yeah.
So I know you keep them in the
We do.
link of
We do.
everything as
They're
well.
definitely one of our staples. So we use
And
Nick and his team every week. Every week.
yes, and for good reason, because it's delicious.
Amazing. Amazing.
And then you mentioned your brunches. So I think my first experience was a brunch because every time I asked where to have brunch, and I don't know, brunch is like a Southern thing. Because when I'm from New York, and brunch was just like you just woke up late for breakfast. It wasn't like a thing.
It's a thing.
But down here, it's a thing. Like you purposely want to have brunch, like on purpose. And every time I ask, like, hey, where's a good brunch spot? The main thing I heard was Circa. And my first thing that I had was the stuffed French toast.
Yes.
And oh my Lord, I had like a whole experience with that French toast. And my husband had the shrimp and grits. And he was like, okay, I never had shrimp and grits like this before. So if you guys are listening and you have not had a brunch, order a brunch. And I think I saw on your Instagram, and I'm scrolling your Instagram at the bottom for people who aren't following you, who need to follow you. There's brunch happening this weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys need to order that if it hasn't already sold out, because that's the other thing I've noticed. You're selling out like fast.
Yeah, and if we can make more, we do. We try not to cut the orders off until the very last minute. So we do have a French toast this weekend, and like we rotated at the restaurant, we have a fluffer nutter. And my husband's like, "What's fluffer nutter?" And I'm like, where are you from, man? It's a peanut butter and marshmallow fluff sandwich. So we added bananas to it. So we have a banana fluffer nutter French toast for this weekend, and then we're doing a croque monsieur bake. So we're trying to just incorporate the things that we usually have into something that is family style and takeaway, and it also freezes well for leftovers. It's really hard for me to go from feeding individual people on plates to not feeding 8 people or whatever. So I don't, when people say how many people does it feed, I'm like, well, it depends on how much you eat, so I try to say between 4 to 6 hungry people or 6 to 8 hungry people. But one of the things that I'm from a large family, so I'm just used to a lot of food and a lot of people, and I know we're supposed to be keeping our distance. So that's why like our casseroles are freezable and things like that. So yeah, we definitely are having brunch. And the shrimp and grits, we incorporated that into a casserole. And so it's called our grits and greens casserole. And we've had that a couple weekends and people really love it. So we have our shrimp and grit sauce and the shrimp, and we make the casserole is like grit cakes and collards and scallions and cheese and bacon and all that. So that one we've done a couple times because it's really popular. I don't want people to forget the things that we do at Circa, our staple dishes. So
yeah, and those are definitely some of your staple dishes for sure.
yeah.
And if they want to see the menu, they can go online to see like what your menu offers are, or is it a better place to follow Instagram for now because you're giving the themes and stuff?
Right, because with the Facebook and Instagram, we can update that immediately. Anthony, that's my husband, he's doing our social media and putting the menus together. So I would definitely say Instagram or Facebook to check out what we're doing and turn your notifications on, because as soon as the menu posts, then you'll have access to it. And we're having our the restaurant phone forwarded to our cell phone, so we always answer the phone, and we can take orders immediately. So that's our website is a little bit harder to keep updated. So yeah, the social media is the best, most up-to-date menus.
Yeah, I agree. And that's been my advice recently too, if you're not on social media, get your presence and get consistent there, because that is the most immediate way to connect with clients and the most immediate way to send updates and let them know what's happening. And kudos to your husband, Anthony, because even before we started, I was sitting here trying to explain how to share this, that, and the other. And then I just see it pop up that he did it. And I was like, well, okay, Anthony, you're on it.
Yeah.
I'm liking that very much.
He definitely, I said, oh my goodness, what am I going, like, he put his computer up and I said, I'm not used to it. He's like, you don't have to touch anything. So I'm definitely not technologically advanced. But with the social media, I have noticed, I see him. He thinks I'm so pretty.
I was about to say, he's giving you a nice little yay.
We've gotten a lot more follows and a lot more likes on our social media. So even, that is going to maybe hopefully transfer into a new customer for Circa. Right now, our social media is getting a lot of activity.
Yeah, and for good reason, because you guys are keeping up amazingly. Not only is Anthony on it as far as posting and sharing, but even with your photography. And that was the other thing I wanted to ask. Even before COVID, your food pics are awesome. And there is a lot of ways to go really wrong when it comes to pictures of food. So who is behind the camera when it comes to your food pics?
Anthony is. So he convinces me that I need a new camera, I need a new cell phone, I have to get the pictures done for the restaurant. So he's taken a photography class from Joseph Bloomer, and Maylani works at the restaurant and she's a photographer as well. So we've gotten a lot of tips from people, but he's really taking it on. He's getting good use out of that camera he told me he needed. So it is hard. It is hard to take food pictures for sure.
Yes. Because just the other day, a friend of mine, we were like scrolling through our Instagrams and someone had like a picture of the food, and I'm sure it tasted amazing.
Yeah.
But it just did not look appetizing at all. The lighting was off. It was like a mushy kind of consistency, and they like spotlighted the mushiness instead of and it was just not like, I was just like, I don't want that. And you guys are, you're totally true. And I know that my favorite spot to sit in Circa, because hello, I am an influencer. So almost the first thing I do as soon as you guys set the dish down is get a picture. So my favorite spot to sit is the table that's right in front of the window, because I get that daylight.
Yeah,
and I'm always
that's where we take our pictures. Yeah, that's where we take our pictures. That is where we take them. Yep.
I definitely noticed, and I'm like, that is the perfect spot because the window is right there, and daylight is always the best light. But I do want to give you guys like a little round of applause for that, because every time I look at your pictures, I'm just like, okay, I'm starving now. Like, I need food. So Anthony is doing a great job, and the camera was well worth the investment, just so you know.
I agree. Don't tell him.
I'm sure he's over there going,
listening into me.
But so we've covered a lot, and I do want to give you a chance to tell people how to order. We did say like watch your Instagram, watch your Facebook pages, but how do they actually place their order? Because sometimes that can get a little confusing. So how do they do that? You said your phone is forwarding?
Yes. So that's the only way that we're taking orders is through the phone. So you call the restaurant phone number, which is 910-568-4725, and Anthony will answer the phone, and we have scheduled pickup times. So any questions that you have about the menu, he can answer. He gets your car information. So him and my brother are inside the restaurant looking for you, and they will walk your food right out to the car for you. We're not allowing anyone in the restaurant except for my family, but no one else. So the customers do not have to come inside. But that's the only way. Like, you can't leave us a message on Facebook. If you send a message, we will say, please call the restaurant, so that we can take care of your payment information, and it limits the interaction that we have. Even though we like to interact with people, we are not supposed to do that right now. So even and Denise Strother from ERA has given us pins, and so when you sign your credit card slip, you also get to keep your pin.
Yes, I did see that, and that's awesome. That's awesome. And I had like a moment the other day, and I'm happy to hear that you're sticking to the contactless delivery option. And I am scrolling the number down below. Again, it's 910-568-4725. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm scrolling that, guys. If you want to order your meal kits, you can see the number at the bottom of the screen. But that is key to actually adhere to those things, because honestly, believe it or not, you can throw a customer off when you claim you do and you don't.
Yes.
The other day, my friend Caitlin, we both work at Seed, and she gave a virtual webinar in regards to doing a pivot for businesses. And one of the things that we both encourage people to do is, if you claim you're doing one thing, make sure that's exactly what you're doing. Because I had an experience. I ordered pizza from a local pizza, well, not a local, it's a franchise, but I ordered pizza and they said that the delivery and everything would be completely contactless. And I hear the doorbell ring, and this guy is standing on my door, handing me a pen, and just like right in my face. And I was like, wait a second, what happened to the contactless part? Like, why are you here? And he was like, oh, well, it just means you take the box out of the bag. And I was like, that is not what contactless is supposed to mean. You're handing me a pen. Like, what is going on? And so I actually had to call. First, I called the restaurant location, and I was nice. I wasn't mad. I was just saying, like, hey, you might want to explain what contactless is, especially now. He didn't have a mask on. He didn't have gloves on. And she goes, the manager just says to me, well, we're all dealing with different circumstances. So what do you expect? And I was just like, whoa. So that's when I took it to corporate, and like we have like free pizzas for the next couple of weeks. Yeah. But I was just like, how do you advertise that when it's something so serious? So I'm so happy to hear that you are taking those extra measures, especially, I mean, it is small stuff like the whole pen thing. I'm sure many people didn't even think about that, but touching a pen and that like 10 other people just signed with, it's not okay.
Well, when we first started doing it, we have our Clorox wipes, and we're wiping down the bags and wiping down the pens and wiping down everything. And then I saw actually another business was giving their pens, and I was like, oh, wow, that's a great idea. So like I said, Denise has been involved in Circa with me since the inception of it. And I said, hey, got any real estate pens? And of course, I used to be a realtor. So yes, we always have pens, server and realtor. So yep, she drops us off a whole bunch of pens every week, and Anthony cleans them up with the little Clorox wipes, and then when you come and use it, it's yours.
Yeah, and the thing is too, that's also another way that you're supporting another small business, because she's getting advertisement through her pens getting circulated to your customers. So it's almost like it's not almost like it's a collaboration type thing in a way that some people might even notice. So I think that's really great. And then you did mention, like, you worked at restaurants prior to owning Circa, but I don't know if everybody knows that you're actually in the kitchen at times too, because I had the chance to experience your peach cobbler.
Whoops, I think my ear.
Okay, let's see if she bounces back on. Okay, we're just gonna wait a second. I think she froze just a little bit. Okay, good. So I had the chance to experience your peach cobbler. It was like a deconstructed peach cobbler. So tell people about that. Like, where did you get your cooking experience and stuff? Or is it just you have a passion for food?
Well, I've always worked front of the house. The day after I turned 16, I started my first restaurant job. I worked at Sandpiper downtown before they even had a buffet. And I never worked in a kitchen. I worked, like I said, at Tar Packers. I worked at Sammy's. And so when I got Circa, I decided that I was going to move to the back of the house. But yes, I just love to eat. My mom was a great cook. So I was just raised around people that could cook. And I think the difference in food is the love. Like, people say, hey, how come we can tell that you made it? And I'm like, because I loved it. You have to love on it. And so owning a restaurant means that I have to do a lot of restaurant research, and Anthony and I love to go out of town, go to other restaurants, see what they're doing, try their food, always eat the shrimp and grits to see if they're better than mine. But again, that was an original Circa recipe, so I can't take credit for it. As far as desserts, I don't know. I just love desserts, and I'll see a donut and I'll say, oh, I think that could be an ice cream sandwich, or I love to make ice cream at the restaurant. So I don't really have any good rhyme or reason for what happens. It just happens. And then we try it. If it's great, we use it. And if it's gross, then we're like, that's not going to work. I made sweet tea ice cream actually right before we had to close to go with a lemon bar. So it was like a play on a Southern sweet tea. And I said, how am I going to make tea ice cream? And my brother's like, I don't know how. And so we just steeped tea bags in the cream until the cream took on the flavor of the tea, and then we made it into ice cream. So it's just a lot of trial and error. It's just kind of it's like a science lab at the restaurant. Like, what can we do that no one else is doing? So,
well, you guys do an amazing job of doing just that, because you just had me like getting super angry that I don't have sweet tea ice cream right now. Like, why? Yeah. Why am I not living that life?
Don't worry, we'll have it. Was so good. So when we open back, we'll have it, and we might put it on one of our date nights or something like that. Because, like I said, but don't worry, it did not go to waste. My brother ate all of it. So
I can imagine, and I'm very envious of your brother right now. I do want to shout out a few of the comments. We have Kay Devane Reeves. She said, "No one's shrimps and grits are better than Circa's." And then Cornerstone is saying, "God's goodness." Yes, like every dish is God's goodness. I just cannot. Kathy says Brandy is an amazing soul, and I completely agree with that.
Thank you.
Okay, so Morale said that her daughter stole the ice cream from date night and would not share.
Yeah, that was the honey butter ice cream. Actually, Bill made that one, so I'll give him that one.
Oh my gosh, honey butter.
Honey butter ice cream on toasted pound cake with vanilla sangria strawberries that we got from Gillis.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to order myself like a solo date night and just go sit in my car and eat it all by myself.
Well, that's what, we had a lot of people saying that. Yeah, they were like, listen, we only have one of us. Can we do a solo date night? So we were like, oh, so what are you gonna do? Date yourself? And then we're like, oh, well, then, yeah, hashtag date yourself. So we do have one of our regular customers, and he owns Fine Detailing Mobile Detail, and he comes and gets a date night, the whole package for himself. So he's come a lot, and it's really funny because he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I date myself. I eat all of it. I have leftovers. So we love that.
Hey, I'm gonna call it my new me time. Like, I'll just go drive like to an empty park or something and just have me a nice little trunk picnic with my Circa solo date night meal.
We have everything you need. We got you a candle. We got all food. We'll open your bottle of wine for you. You'll have flowers. It'll be a whole thing. You'll love it. It'll be perfect.
I kind of adore that idea. I must say. But and then we have Corner saying she's actually done that before. Cornerstone.
Well, that's because when Tiana was bringing a delivery, we were working on the Southern sushi, and I said, "Hey, Tiana, you want to try the sushi?" And she was like, "Yeah." And so we gave her sushi, and she texted me. She's like, "I didn't get out of the parking lot," and I was like, "Sorry, Mike." But we have to like try things, let other people, because we might think it tastes good. But so she came in at the right time and got to try our Southern sushi.
Yeah. Okay. So just a rule of thumb: if Brandy ever asks, "Do you want to taste something?"
Try something.
Just say yes. Yes. Just say yes, because you will not regret it. Cornerstone, Tiana is saying, "Girl, she was going to carry all in her car."
She's so funny. I think I just told on her to Mike though. Sorry, T.
Mike's gonna be like, "Wait, what? You had
what? I didn't get any." Yeah, exactly.
I think Tiana's okay with that. It was totally worth it. I'm almost sure.
Yeah, that was a popular thing. So you might see some of the things that are on our date night come onto our menu when we open back up, because we've got there's no sushi downtown, and surprisingly, my brother and Bill rolled up sushi like bosses. So I was like, oh, I tried to roll sushi before and that didn't work, but they did a great job though, and we had a great response for that. So maybe more sushi.
I say yes. I vote yes already. Yeah. Like, I'm not even questioning it. I vote yes. And I'm not even a sushi person, but I would totally give it a try just because it's from Circa. But speaking about when this is all over, what are your plans? Like you said, that might happen. I know a lot. I've been seeing a lot of people. I'm in the Curbside Facebook group run by Betsy Mack and Suzanne.
Yes, that was so good of her to do that.
Amazing idea. Yes. Such an amazing idea. But I've seen a lot of people in that group saying like, hey, I kind of hope this whole curbside thing sticks around even after we don't have to do curbside. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that would be an option to make it something permanent, or maybe even on just the weekends?
I don't know. I have thoughts about it, one way or the other. I don't like change, and I don't adapt well to change.
Mm-hmm.
So I want Circa just to go back to being Circa. And
He's like, I just want to
I,
get back to normal.
I want normal, but I don't know what normal is anymore, or what it's going to be. So I don't know. I'm just going to say I don't know. I maybe it'll help increase our takeout business because we don't really generally do a whole lot of takeout. So when we had to go strictly to takeout, we were like, we don't have boxes. We don't know how to package takeout. So we had to get a lot of pans and bags and all these things that we don't normally keep because generally we don't do a lot of takeout. So maybe if it increases our revenue, then maybe. I don't love it. Honestly, I don't love it.
I mean, but
I just don't.
it is a change. But like
Yeah.
I was telling someone, I was like, I don't think we're ever gonna go completely back to normal. We're just gonna have to accept whatever this new normal is.
Right.
But I know I see people saying like, yes, they want it. And then Kay Devane is saying, please talk about the collard green rolls. Girl, we did. You know we did, because I'm a fan. They are delicious, delectable, and all of that yumminess. Every food adjective that I can think of applies to those collard green rolls. Trust me. Morale, I think she's saying please, like to
Please
keep the curbside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then she wants us to bring back tuna nachos.
Tuna nachos.
Yeah. I have not had those before. So what are the tuna nachos?
I was like, if you don't like sushi, is it because you don't like raw fish?
Yeah. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah, it has raw ahi tuna on it. So we fry wontons, and Bill makes a couple different sauces, and there's a slaw and sesame seeds, and then it has raw tuna on top. But people do love.
See, I would try it. I would totally try it. I mean, I've tried sushi before, but I think I tried it. Somebody told me I didn't try it the right one.
The right way. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I didn't know there were like rules, but apparently there's
always rules in food. There are always food rules. So yeah, I do. We love sushi. Love it.
Well, I think I would definitely try it if you guys have it. As far as the curbside delivery Facebook group, I'm scrolling the name of it. If you just put that in your search box in Facebook, join the group, because it not only Circa is on there, all our local small business restaurants and foods, everybody who's offering curbside delivery, the wine cafe, the coffee cup, a bit of Carolina, everybody is there. And if you are hungry, it's the place to go to find out what to eat today. For sure. Like Betsy and Suzanne, they both are part of the 219 group. Again, associated with Kirk DeVere, our amazing Senator Kirk DeVere. But they came up with the idea for that group. And as soon as they added me, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
How holy grail information. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Like it's a hungry girl's dream place. Like I just hang out there and watch all the pictures of the food. So if you guys are not in that group, make sure you join that group, because you can definitely find out what's going and how you can get food, what dishes are available, who's having specials. And it's another way that social media is helping our small business stay connected, because now instead of someone having to search for everyone's different Facebook pages, a lot of people are just going right to that group and you can see everybody's list for the full day. So it's definitely a good place to be. We have a comment from Patty, and she says, how about keeping the date night specials on site?
Miss Patty is one of our frequent date nights. So she actually posted about her date night last night with pictures and everything, and they were beautiful. Thank you, Miss Patty. We do like the date night idea because it is more Circa-ish. So maybe, like you said, when normal comes back, we don't know what normal is going to be. So we're going to do what we got to do. We're going to roll with it. So if that's what the people want, that's what we're going to give them.
Well, I'm hearing a lot of people saying it, so I don't know, Brandy. They might be pushing you that way.
That's okay. Customer service.
I know, right? So I did want to ask, since you are doing such an amazing job, even if you feel like it's just the pressure of things that are making you get there, it's still working. What advice would you give to a fellow downtown Fayetteville small business owner in regards to adjusting and adapting?
Try it. Like, just put yourself out there and see what happens. You know, you can't be successful if you don't have failures. So we weren't sure if being open every day was a good option. It wasn't, but for another business, it may be. Archway Burgers is across the street from us, and they're doing amazing with their lunch business daily. And so it just depends on, you need to still be who you are, but this is a great time to try your wings and see different options, different things you can do. But just try it, because people will tell you whether they like it or not. That it won't be a secret. If they love it and it catches on, then, like I said, the date nights, as soon as we post them, basically they just sell out. But we wouldn't have known it if we didn't try. So that's, who we are at Circa. We do date nights, and we just adapted it like that. So the family dinners are not something that we normally do, but again, we just tried it and it seems to work best for us. So that's what I would say, is just be brave and try it and see what happens.
That's great advice. So be brave and just jump out there and do it. It's definitely,
this is a great time. There's no rules. We don't know what
if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And honestly, right now is even a great time, because a lot of our clients and your customers, they realize that everybody is in an adjust and adapt mode. And so they're more willing to, okay, that didn't work. Okay, this did work. They're more willing to give you even a little bit more space for trial and error, because they understand what's happening.
Great.
And with that in mind, I am scrolling. Yes, I am scrolling down below how you can support our downtown Fayetteville businesses, since we are talking about them right now. We have a website established by Cool Spring Downtown. It's called Downtown Faye Strong. If you go there, you can actually see, again, who's doing curbside delivery, online orders, and as well as gift card options, because some of our businesses actually don't have an actual product you can pick up. Perhaps they're service-based, like our hairdressers and our hair salons, and even our photographers who are located downtown. And in that case, there's still ways for you to support them via gift cards and gift certificates, which is basically a buy now, experience it later kind of situation. But if you visit downtownfayestrong.com, you can see everyone who is offering gift cards and gift certificates. I'm on that list included. I'm offering right now a gift certificate for a social media package. And it's actually a little less than half off of what my normal rate would be. So you get a full hour with me, and you can pick a 60-minute package that fits your business best, whether you're having trouble adjusting to social media and getting your presence up there, whether you're wondering how to stay in contact with your clients right now since everything has gone virtual. All the things we've talked about that Brandy is doing so well, say that's not something you were planning or wasn't in your business plan, and you're just not sure how to adapt and adjust. I can help you out, and the gift certificate that I'm offering you will help you get there. Because if you guys know me at all I want to do is see everybody win. And I really want to see everybody up their social media game to the point where they can say, you know what, COVID came, but it didn't beat me, and I adjusted and I adapted and I pushed through. So make sure you visit Downtown Faye Strong. You can look up Tiffany Haywood if you want to grab that gift certificate. I don't know, Brandy, are you guys on there? Do you have gift certificates that you're offering?
I don't know if we're on there. We do sell gift certificates, and we can email them. But again, we don't do any real online stuff. We handle it over the phone. So yeah, you can call in, you can order a gift card. We can put it to you in the mail. If you want a physical gift card, you can come by and pick it up, and we'll walk outside.
Or you can add it to your meal kit and drop it in there.
That's right. We did that the first week with our date nights, as we put Circa gift cards with them. So yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. And then I did want to mention, since I already brought up the gift card, I am actually today, it started today, and I think I have it closing out either late tonight or early tomorrow. If you text th.com to 31996, you can win a $50 gift card for that 1 hour consultation. So say, I know everybody is not in the right budget frame right now. We're all trying to hold on to our cash flow as much as possible, but you still need that extra little bit of boost for your social media. Text th.com. It's at the bottom of the screen right here to 31996, and you'll be entered for a chance to win your own $50 gift certificate towards that social media. And Brandy, feel free to share that. Like I said, it's open until tomorrow. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to go make sure it's open until tomorrow, but it's open until tomorrow. Cause right now I just had a complete brain loss. I don't remember when I said it to close. But after this, I will open it until tomorrow at midnight. Let's say that. I'll leave it open until tomorrow at midnight. You can share this. If they text th.com to 31996, you can win a $50 gift certificate for free. And that gets you a 1-hour consultation with me. And you can pick what you need. If you need me to work on your Facebook, if you need tips on how to do Instagram, if you need tips on how to get your social media presence up, how to build your followers, this is the package you want. And I'm giving it to you for free. So go ahead and enter that. Text th.com to 31996. Brandy, like I said, feel free to share it, whether on Circa or your personal page. And anybody who's watching, you guys can share it as well. And you can even, obviously enter yourself, but you can share it with your friends too, so that you guys can help build your social media. Because like we were saying, that is pretty much
so
our
important.
link. Yeah, it's the link right now to clients. And I've even had times where I was looking for something and I've clicked away when I couldn't find a way to talk to them or whatever. I'm just like, well, I don't know. What else am I supposed to do? So we have Devane. She said, wow, this is awesome. Thank you so much. And to everybody who's watching, thank you so much for watching. If you want to share this to give Circa a little bit of an extra boost, make sure you share the video on your page, invite friends to watch, start a watch party. We want to get the word out there about all our small business owners downtown, throughout Fayetteville, and what they're doing and how we can help them survive. So Brandy, I did want to ask, like, say they're not hungry, which is, I can't understand that, but say somebody's not hungry and they still want to support Circa. Is there a way for them to support?
Well, like I said, we sell gift cards, but you can share our post like you're talking about. Social media is so important. It's our lifeline right now. So if you've had a great experience at Circa, you could give us a review. If you didn't have a great experience, you can send me a message and we can see, or you can review it. That's the platform we're in. But again, sharing our posts is a great support for us.
Definitely.
And then,
so
if you get a gift card, you'll be hungry, so you can use that another time.
I don't understand what not hungry is, so I can't relate to those people.
Well, that's my job, so that's what I say. I have to. It's working when I'm eating.
It's research. I'm testing things for the. Oh, and just so you know, I'm officially volunteering to be a taste tester. Don't let people get all the glory. I will totally stop by and taste whatever you need me to taste.
Sounds good.
But definitely, if you want to support a small business and say you don't want to order a whole meal or order a whole kit, or even if, like many of us right now, you're trying to watch your dollars and your bills and your cents, there are other ways to support. Like Brandy was saying, the simplest way to support any small business owner is to like, share, or comment on a post. Spread the word about what they're doing. Try to give them that little extra bit of support, because right now, like we said, social media is where everybody has to be. But giving them that support helps expand that reach and expand that impact, so that even if you're not ordering from them, you sharing it with your friend may be the one to order it with them. So follow your favorite restaurants, your favorite small business owners, give them the likes, give them the comments, and give them those shares, because they are almost just as valuable as an order at this point. It's just a really great way to help and a really great way to support. So before we close out, look at that, Brandy. We did the whole thing and you did
and
awesome.
I didn't pass out.
The whole thing, and you did amazing. So I want you to just really quick, before we close out, let them know again how they can connect with you. I do have your Instagram scrolling at the bottom, and I'll run through and scroll stuff as well, but let them know how they can connect with you and how they can get in touch.
You can like our Facebook or our Instagram. It's Circa 1800. If you have any questions, when the menus are coming out, anything, you can call the restaurant, 910-568-4725. And my husband will answer the phone, and we will take care of, any questions you have, any requests that you have. We get a lot of messages about, when are you going to have the collared egg rolls that we've been talking about? So we keep all those suggestions, and then we try to put something together. We try to put the menus out 3 or 4 days ahead of time, so you know what's coming. I wish I could be more prepared and put the whole week out, so like everything that's going on the week. That's what I'm striving to. But yeah, our social media is just the best. Yeah, there's our brunch menu and our pins from Denise. And so we try to remove some of the menus when we've sold out of them so that it's not very confusing, that people might click
And so
on a
you're not
menu.
teasing people and they
Yeah,
think they can
like,
get it, but they can't.
right, they can't. So yeah, that's the best way.
And I see that sushi.
There's the sushi. Yep. There was
So
our beer
guys,
dinner.
yes, it's amazing. So guys, be sure that you go ahead and follow Circa 1800 across social media, like she said, so that you can stay up to date, know what menus are being offered. And Brandy, I just want to say thank you so much for being willing to join me
Well,
on
thank you
today's
so much
episode.
for
I'm so
having us.
excited.
Thank you for asking us.
Oh, no problem. I'm going to just shout out these last couple of comments. We have Tanika, and she says she loves Circa. Girl, I'm right with you. Morale, Brandy says you're beautiful.
I feel like I'm a
Morale
fan club,
says
y'all.
you're beautiful. I know, right? Isn't
Hey,
this like the best, like little
it kind
boost
of, yeah,
for
I'm
your
gonna
day?
like leave today like Lizzo moment.
And then we have one last comment from Devane. She says, Circa 1800, Anthony and Brandy are stellar business owners. The customer service is unbeatable. And the food, yes, honey. And I said your honey like you typed it.
That's exactly how she says it too, honey. She means it.
Honey. So we are so grateful for everybody who tuned in, all the great people who commented. Be sure to tune in again next week. Next week, we are going to have Angela, the owner of the Wine Cafe, as well as the Coffee Cup. She is going to be here with us live next week to tell us about the wine ambulance, which I think is awesome that she just came up with that. Like, she has an entire graphic for it. And sometimes wine is an emergency. I have to agree. So she's going to talk to us about that. She's going to talk to us about her coffee cup, the curbside delivery, and how you can just drive up. She actually has it set up similar to a drive-through type situation. You just drive up Hay Street, give them a call, and they bring your coffee out to you. I'm actually going to do a little drive-by situation today for a nice bottle of wine, and I'm going to try the tiramisu coffee that she has out right now. So I'm super excited to have Angela with me next week. Again, thank you all for watching. Tune in. If you want to stay connected, if you want to make sure you don't miss the next episode that's happening, be sure to go ahead and follow me at theywood.com. And then you can also follow me on social media as theywood.com. That's my Facebook page. That's me across the board. And this way you won't miss a video. You won't miss an interview. You won't miss a moment. So we have one more comment from Nicole. She said, great job, Poochie. That has to be you because I know it's not me.
Yeah, my nickname. Like everybody in my family's either Pooch or Poocha. So
that's cute. I don't really have a nickname. For that, well, besides Mrs. T, that's like the only nickname.
I was like, yeah, no, you definitely do, Miss T.
I know. But thanks again, Brandy, and I can't wait to stop by. I have to get myself on an order for a meal. I really think I'm gonna do a solo one because I kind of want to enjoy it all on my own. But
yes, I love it.
I always seem to miss the curve though, like because I work and then when I see it, I'm like, oh, it's over. So I have to jump in there and get it soon.
Well, Anthony said if you turn on notifications, which again, I'm not technologically savvy, but then you get it immediately as soon as it,
She's like, don't ask me. It's a button and you click it. I don't know.
Something like that.
Anthony, I'm going to definitely have to do that because I am like excited. I'm going to start stalking a little bit of the feed so I can see what it is I actually want to try. But guys, thank you again. Don't forget, text th.com 31996 and you can win a $50 gift certificate, which is good for a 1-hour consultation package with me to help you guys get your social media where you want it to be and to build your business by building your brand. Brandy, thanks again. And everybody, I will see you next week.
Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Bye.